Hello, friends, and thank you as always for visiting the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel, Legend Sports Universe, where legends play forever. This is the Franchise Stars Baseball League Game of the Week, September 17th of Year 2 of the FSBL. We are live at Cleveland Stadium, where the Minnesota Twins play the Cleveland Indians in this AL Central matchup. The Twins led this division by 10.5 games at the All-Star break and have let it slip away. Now they will try to get back level with the Indians here in Cleveland. There you see they're back by a game. And now keep an eye, folks, the Chicago White Sox have won 7 in a row to thrust themselves into the heat of this race as well. They have a 3-game set coming up midweek with the Twins. So the White Sox are suddenly relevant into this postseason pursuit. Starting for the Indians today, Early Wynn, 5-5, a 3.99 earned run average. He missed some time this year, was demoted as well. But now he's back. He's made 12 starts. A solid season, just under 4. He's been solid if unterrific. He will face Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra leading off for the Twins, batting .293. As the Twins just try to get some kind of offense going. Wynn rocks and fires. First pitch is fouled off by Dykstra, and we're underway. Early Wynn, if you remember, carried that deep no-hitter in the postseason last year. Against the A's, trying to get apologies, I got a text. I was trying to announce while I was texting. Early Wynn had carried a no-hitter into the ninth. In the postseason last year, the second best postseason start of last year's postseason, to be defeated only by the Game 7 gem hurled by Catfish Hunter in the World Series to give the A's the first championship. Weak rounder up the middle. Dykstra is going to be on. Lajoie with a backhanded play behind second, but Dykstra runs too well. And Dykstra is on with a lead-off base hit. Nothing Lajoie really could have done any differently there. Dykstra acquired in the offseason trade from the Mets for George Mogridge and Shane Mack. Now here's Chuck Knobloch. Injuries have ravaged this Twins lineup. Knobloch was out for about 2 months. There you see 246, 10 homers, 48 RBIs. He's struggled since coming back. But in addition to Knobloch being out, rookie shortstop Joe Cronin and catcher Joe Mauer are both on the injured list. They have been on the list for a while. They have not yet been cleared to return. Only 2 weeks left in the season. We'll see if they can get clearance. Dykstra goes here, breaking ball from Wynn. The throw, not in time, and it's a stolen base for Lenny Dykstra, number 33 on the season for Nails. So Dykstra's now on second, 2-1 the count as Wynn works to Knobloch. That slider misses up high, it's 3-1. Larry Heil waits on deck for the Twins. Shot past a diving Tomey in the right. Dykstra had to make sure the line drive cleared the infield, so he'll hold up at third. Strong throw comes in. But now it's runners at the corners, first 2 men on for the Twins. Early Wynn in early trouble as Larry Heil steps in. Heil batting .317. Takes a first pitch fastball up and away. 14 homers, 57 RBIs. That .317 average has Heil 5th in the American League. Wynn misses down low with a fastball. It's 2-0. Playoff push heating up around the FSBL. Fastball misses up and away. It's 3-0. This is the tightest of the division races. The National League East closing up as well. The American League East, the Yankees and Red Sox still up in the air. as well there as ball 4 misses up high. So Wynn has faced 3 batters. All 3 have reached, and the bases are stacked for first baseman Kent Hrbek. Hrbek batting .277, first pitch swinging, grounder to short. Lajoie goes to short, Chapman on to first. It's a 4-6-3. Dykstra will come home. There'll be no RBI on the play for Hrbek, but a run does score. Twins take a 1-0 lead, but the Indians will gladly sign up for that here in the opening inning. Bases juiced, Hrbek thought he'd get something good to hit. Can't believe he was looking slider there on the first pitch, though. But that's what he got. He went after it anyway and rolled it to Lajoie for a room service double play. So 2 down. Here's Buddy Lewis. Lewis batting .305. Takes a changeup. Down for a ball. Lewis 10 homers, 78 runs batted in. That one is fouled off. Twins with a 2.5 game lead for the second wild card over the surging White Sox. This one is flown out in the shallow right center. It's a long run, but it is brought in. Larry Doby makes the play to track it down, and the side is retired. The Twins get 1, but certainly threatened for more. We head to the bottom half here in Cleveland. Lofton, Lajoie, and Manny Ramirez due up for the Indians. They trail 1-0. And they will face Minnesota left-hander Jim Kaat. Kaat 12-9, a 3.63 earned run average in 29 starts so far this season. Gives up a bit of hits, does not walk many. The Indians have followed the script from last season as rookie Kenny Lofton steps in. Lofton, .318, 33 steals, riding a 10-game hitting streak. He has had a fine rookie campaign. The Indians last season were a .500 team. Approaching the All-Star break, went on a big second-half surge to not only win the Central, but make the American League Championship Series before falling in 7 games to the eventual champion Oakland A's. Indians followed that script again this season, and once again find them atop the Central. Twins looking to not completely let that 10.5 game lead they held slip away when the dust settles. Slider there off the plate. Count is 2-2 to Lofton. Slider there misses away. Napoleon Lajoie waits on deck. Kaat gets the sign from Harper. Slider misses down low, and it's ball 4. So Kenny Lofton is on with the leadoff walk. Last thing that Kaat wanted to do is put the speedy Lofton on base. Now he'll deal with Lajoie. Lajoie batting .285. Curveball from Kaat misses down low. 26 homers, 73 runs batted in for Lajoie. Missed a good portion of last season with, if I remember correctly, it was a broken hand. Came back, struggled. His bat came alive as the postseason rolled on last year. 2-0, offering a slider just outside. That's 2 very borderline pitches from Kaat to Lajoie. He didn't get either one. Manny Ramirez waits on deck. Kaat delivers. That one's down in the dirt, and it's blocked for ball 4. Lofton trots to second. So the Twins got the bases loaded in the top half of the inning, only came away with 1. Now the Indians have the first 2 on in the bottom half. Manny Ramirez stands in. .314, 34 homers, 86 RBIs. Manny riding an 8-game hitting streak. A fantastic season last year and an even better postseason for Manny. There's a shot. Out to center towards the gap. Little bit of a misread. It carries back and it one-hops the wall. One run will score. The second run comes around. That is a two-run double out to center field. Manny Ramirez brings in a pair with his 29th double of the year. And the Cleveland Indians have bounced back to take a 2-1 lead here in the first. Dykstra did not get a good read at all on that ball. Oh, it's now not gonna let me go to the replay. I waited too long. My fault. First pitch to Doby. There's a call and strike. Apologies. It's temperamental about when you hit the pause button to get a replay. All right. Well, now we'll replay the pitch. Yeah, it's just going to replay the pitch. All right. There we go. Oh, wait. I always forget you can do this. Replay vault. Indians. That's right. You can go to any play in the game. You know, I don't use this feature that much. And I really kind of should. So there's the breaking ball. Manny drives this one out of the gap. Now look at Lenny Dykstra's reaction out here. Dykstra breaks, and then he freezes, starts going straight further back. He thought that one was going to come in more shallow. Took a terrible angle, and by the time he recovered and broke back, it was well past him. So a poor job there by Dykstra, not an error, not that something's going to show up in the box score, but a mistake nonetheless. Still hit well by Manny. I don't know if he gets there anyway, but Dykstra certainly did himself no favors. Slider there from Kaat. Gets him 0-2 on Larry Doby. Doby tries to hold his swing. Umpire says no. Doby realizes he's right. Walks back to the mound, more mad at himself than the call. And there's one away. Here's the catcher, Victor Martinez. Martinez batting .272. Slider is in there for a called strike. Martinez, 17 homers, 64 runs batted in. Curveball there on the outside corner. It's 0-2. That curveball misses down and in. It's a little bit of a struggle here early on for Kaat. Comes to the set. Manny not going anywhere at second. That one is lined into center. Dykstra will play it on the hop. Manny being waved around third. Dykstra does not have a great arm. Ramirez will come in to score, and the Indians have put up a 3-spot here in the first, answering the Twins to take a 3-1 lead. Dykstra wasn't playing that deep and came in charging, but there you see the throw well up the third base line. Even an on-target throw, I'm not sure gets Manny there anyway. That ball was not scalded into center. Manny got a pretty good break on it, though he does not run that well. Here's Jose Ramirez. Ramirez batting .260, 26 homers, 91 runs batted in. See these Indians lineup numbers starting to look more and more impressive than they were a couple of months ago. That slider is in there for a strike at the knees. It's 1-1. Kaat needs to stop the bleeding here. That shot out to right. Hiles there puts it away for out number 2. I'm playing right field today. And you see the Indians lineup as we're several batters in. Lofton, Lajoie, and Ramirez. Doby, Martinez, and Jose Ramirez. Thome, Chapman, and Luke Easter as designated hitter. Cleveland's OPS now 3rd in the American League. Here's Jim Thome batting down in the 7th spot against a left-hander. Another fine season, though, for Thome. .289. Pulls this one down to first. Herbeck has it, steps on the bag, and the side is retired. But the Indians put up 3. We're done with an inning here at Cleveland Stadium. Indians 3, Twins 1 in a battle for the American League Central. So here's Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna batting .321, 15 homers, 46 runs batted in. Ozuna acquired in a trade with the Marlins last offseason. The Twins were definitely the most active team in the league last offseason. We'll see what this offseason holds. Ozuna, first pitch swing, grounds it through the right side for a base hit. Majue was shading him a little bit up the middle, and Ozuna slips one through. So in steps Buddy Meyer. Meyer, the designated hitter today, batting .262. Again, this Minnesota offense, not an overly potent offense as it is, but missing Cronin and Mauer, they really are lacking length in the order. Those injuries coinciding with the loss of that 10.5 game division lead that they held at the All-Star break. There's a shot slashed out to left. Manny ranges over, puts it away for out number 1. So Ozuna retreats to first. Here's Brian Harper. Harper's been asked to fill in for Mauer, and he's actually done a pretty admirable job, batting .309, 3 homers, 12 runs batted in. Slashing hitter, not a ton of power. Fastball misses off the plate. It's 1-0. Gatson with the slider. That'll even things up at 1-1. Wynn looking to rebound after laboring through the first. His offense having his back in the bottom of the first. Now pitching on the strong side of the ledger. Fly ball to left. Manny takes a step to his left. Puts it away for out number 2 as Ozuna again retreats to first. So that'll bring up the shortstop, Jorge Polanco. Polanco called up when Cronin went down. He has struggled, batting .231, 2 homers, 9 RBIs. Getting a start here over Roy Smalley. Smalley has struggled as well. So again, the Twins are just trying to cobble something together that works down the stretch here. Polanco puts a good charge into this one, though, deep to right. Doby tracks it down on the warning track and puts it away to end the second. So Polanco threatens, but Doby up to the task. We head to the bottom of the second. Cleveland 3, Minnesota 1. Here's the shortstop, Ray Chapman, .265, 12 homers on the year. Now Jim Kaat will try to settle in as well. Curveball misses inside. Kaat split time between the bullpen and the rotation in year 1 of the FSBL. There's a shot over a leaping Knobloch. It's a base hit into right field. So a lead-off single for Ray Chapman. Chapman, the product of one of the greatest moments in the short history of the FSBL. His walk-off home run in Game 4 of the ALDS against the Red Sox last year. There's a shot. That one's driven well into the gap. Dykstra goes back. He gets there. Puts it away. A much better read on that than he had on Ramirez's double earlier on. And there's one away. So here's Kenny Lofton. Lofton walked his first time up. Came around to score on the Ramirez double. Fastball, runner goes. Throw down to second is a strong throw, but not in time. Chapman able to get the hand in there. Decent jump, not a bad throw at all from Harper. count. That one's in the dirt. They send him again. And it's another stolen base. So the Indians getting aggressive. Chapman, stolen bases 22 and 23. Indians trying to force the issue. Nothing Harper could have done about that. So now it's 1 out, runner on third, 2-0 the count to Lofton. Curveball from Kaat misses away. Lajoie waits on deck. Pitch from Kaat, fastball in there for a strike. It's 3-1. That one yanked down to first on a line. Nice play by Herbeck. Snags the liner. So Lofton hits it hard, but it's just allowed out. So now Kaat with a chance to get out of this, if he can work around Lajoie. Lajoie also walked in the first. Lofton and Lajoie walked. And then Manny Ramirez ripped the double to score both of them. Curveball in there for a called strike. Here's the pitch from Kaat. That one misses inside. 1-1 the count. And a shot back to the mound. Kaat has it. Kaat, always a good fielding pitcher, makes the play on the comebacker, and he escapes the jam. So we're through 2 here in Cleveland. Indians maintain the lead. They're up 3-1 as we head to the third. The Twins will have the top of the order coming up. Here's Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra 1 for 1, single and a run scored. 5 for 8 in the series. As Knobloch has struggled, Dykstra has become the leadoff man. Knobloch hitting in the 2-hole. Dykstra fouls this one off to the left-hand side. I know his name did not really have that apostrophe after the D, but the game will not let me spell Dykstra's name. Nice play there by Jose Ramirez to throw him out on the bunt attempt. Won't let me put Dykstra's name as it is correctly spelled in the name list because they say it's an objectionable language. I don't know what they think they're saving us from. More PC stupidity. But I digress. I don't do the politics thing on here, but that's just completely moronic, whatever your political stance. So here's Chuck Knobloch. Knobloch 1 for 1. Singled his first time up. Grounds this one to third. Another one for Ramirez to charge. And another good play. He gets Knobloch 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the third. Along the lines of that, like you can't, none of the old players who were named Dick, you can't do that. So there's no Dick Allen. You'll have to be Richie Allen, which is all right, I guess, but more people knew him as Dick Allen. But if there's anybody who I have to use the name Dick, I enter like DLC. Lofton goes into the gap, tracks that one down, puts it away, and the side is retired. So we'll head to the bottom of the third. Early Wynn seems to possibly be settling in a little bit now for the Tribe. Ramirez will lead things off here in the bottom of the third. Had a 2-run double his first time up. That gives him 88 runs batted in on the season. He makes the push to reach the 100 RBI mark again. Breaking ball there. Hits this one hard. Ozuna ranges back on it. Puts it away for the first out here in the third inning.
Number 14.
Here's Larry Doby. Doby 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And if you remember, Doby is having a fine year this year. Had a terrific season in year 1 of the FSBL as well. then went down with an injury, was unavailable for the postseason. Harry Bay got the late season call-up and then played terrifically throughout the postseason for the Indians. Slider is in there for a called strike. It's 1-1. Kaat gets the sign from Harper and delivers. Ground ball to short, fielded by Polanco. Throws across the diamond, and there's 2 away.
The catcher, number 41, Victor Martinez.
So that'll bring up Victor Martinez. Martinez, an RBI single, his first time up. That slider misses off the plate. Here comes the 1-0 offer. That one is looped down the right field line. Long run, but Heil will get there, puts it away, and the side is retired. So both Wynn and Kaat now kind of seem like they've settled themselves in a little bit. We're a third of the way through here at Cleveland Stadium. Cleveland 3, Minnesota 1. Here's Kent Hrbek. Hrbek 0 for 1. Run came in the first, but he did not get the RBI for it, hitting into a double play, swinging the first pitch with the bases loaded. You can bet that Hrbek would like to have that at bat back. Goes chasing that changeup out of the zone. You see the American League batting race. Jimmy Fox trying to close in on Derek Jeter. Jeter has led all season. He's now down to 348. Fox up to 337 as Jimmy Fox pursues a triple crown in the American League. Hrbek pops this one up. Jose Ramirez will put it away. Route number 1. There you see Fox leading the American League in homers with 46. Ken Griffey Jr. with 42. Aaron Judge of the Yankees with 38, along with rookie Jeff Bagwell of the Astros. Fox's Oakland teammate Mark McGwire has 37. Here's Buddy Lewis. Lewis flew out his first time up. Fox also leading the American League in RBIs with 132, 10 more than McGwire. Bagwell with 119, Griffey with 104. For the lowly Mariners, the Yankees' Bernie Williams, torrid in the second half of the season, is up to 98. The count as Wynn works to Lewis. Shot out to center. Lofton zips over to the spot, puts it away easily for out number 2. So it looked as though it could turn into a slugfest. Has seen the offense cool down considerably since that opening inning. Here's Marcell Ozuna. Ozuna singled in the second. See a pair of rookies leading the American League in wins. Addy Joss for these Indians and Whitey Ford for the Yankees. And Ford, a big story here in the FSBL, as in the broadcast at the start of the month, the September 3rd game of the week. Whitey Ford won his 20th game, but in doing so left with an injury that has been revealed to be a partially torn pectoral muscle. He is done for the regular season, and his availability for the postseason will likely depend, if at all, on how far the Yankees can go. The Yankees were the wild card team last year, were dispatched by the Angels in the wild card game. They have chased down the Red Sox. The Red Sox have played well, but the Yankees won 14 straight to close out August and chased down the Sox, and now the Yankees are up in that division. Pitch from Wynn. He blows away Ozuna to end the 4th. I believe that's the first strikeout for Early Wynn. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Indians lead 3-1. I love those Twins uniforms. Pistons uniforms are so cool. Here's Jose Ramirez. Ramirez 0 for 1. He flew out in the first. In the National League, Willie Mays leads the league in hitting with 346. Bryce Harper is second at 334. Adrian Gonzalez and Mel Ott at 332. And the shocking John Morrill of the Atlanta Braves, who had looked like he was cooling off for a bit, but he has rebounded and is at 331. Mays also in pursuit of a triple crown. He leads the National League in homers with 47. Rookie Gary Sheffield has 41. Willie Stargell of the Pirates at 39. Hanley Ramirez of the Marlins benefiting greatly from Sheffield hitting behind him. And Wally Berger of the Braves also having a breakout season. Both of them have 39. There's a ground ball up the middle for a leadoff base hit here in the bottom of the fourth. So Jose Ramirez is on. There you see Mays has some work to do. He's third in the National League in RBIs. So both he and Fox leading in 2 of the 3 categories in their respective leagues. Here's Jim Thome. Thome is 0 for 1. Slider misses outside. It's 1-0. Thome grounded out his first time up. He's 2 for 9 in the series. We'll get to the out-of-town scoreboard in a moment. Touch in on what's going on around the league. Rube Marquardt of the Giants has won 20 games. Marquardt, of course, the tough luck loser in Game 7 of the World Series, the classic 1-0 battle with Catfish Hunter that capped year 1 of the FSBL. Curveball in there for a called strike. It's 1-2. Ed Morris, another surprise for this season. The Pirates couldn't pitch at all last year, but Ed Morris has led that staff this year. Cannonball Ed leading the National League in earned run average. Good slider there from Kaat. Freezes Thome. Second strikeout for Kaat, and there's 1 away. Here's Ray Chapman. Chapman singled his first time up. National League strikeout leader is Sandy Koufax. This one's down in the dirt. Runner won't try to advance. Ramirez has 15 steals to this point. Throw over. High throw. Herbeck makes the grab, but there'll be no tag applied there. Another throw over from Kaat. And 15 steals for Ramirez. He can take one on you if you're napping. Get to the out-of-town scoreboard in Baltimore. The Detroit Tigers lead the Orioles 3-1 in the 4th inning. Tigers on the fringe of playoff hope. In the Bronx, the Yankees lead the Mariners 1-0. Did this to me during the other broadcast the other day too, where it didn't give me like who had scored or hit the home runs or anything like that in occasional highlights. So we'll get back to some of this stuff. Astros up on the A's 4-0 in the first. Don't know who pitched for the A's. I think Catfish Hunter was going. The Astros pouncing on him. The White Sox looking to win their 8th straight as they have vaulted back into the playoff chase. They lead the Royals 1-0. Angels and Rangers will play later. There's a ground ball through the hole through the right side. That's a base hit. Runner trying to go first and third. Throw a little bit offline. Lewis will go fetch it. So it's a single for Chapman. First and third, and that brings up Luke Easter. Easter has just had a devil of a time this year. Was demoted for a while. He was down in the minors for a lot, actually, of the season. Has been brought back up here in September. They would love to get his bat rolling. Slider is in there for a called strike. We'll get back to the scoreboard on the next roll through and see if the highlight details have completely fixed themselves. 1-1 offering to Easter from Kaat. Slider at the knees. Kaat starting to find his location with that pitch a little bit. 1-2 the count, 1 out, first and third. Kaat delivers. Easter tries to hold up. He can't, and down he goes. It's the third strikeout for Kaat. Order will turn over, and it'll be up to Kenny Lofton to try to bring a run home here. 2 outs, first and third, bottom of the fourth. Indians lead the Twins 3-1. They lead the Twins by a game in the American League Central here on September 17th. Kaat checks the runner and delivers. Slider misses down low. It's 1-1. Lofton whirls the bat around. Waggles a little as Kaat delivers. That's a line shot into center. Dykstra's coming on. He's going to have to play it on the hop. It's an RBI single for Kenny Lofton, and the Indians extend their lead to 4-1. Fastball up in the zone, got too much plate, and Lofton serves it out into center. So now, here's Napoleon Lajoie. Lajoie is 0 for 1. He also walked. He hits this one well to center. Dykstra, though, has a beat on it. He's under it, puts it away, and the side is retired. But Lofton comes through, despite the stupid uniform glitch, with the RBI single. We head to the top of the fifth. Indians 4, Twins 1. So when this game is over, we'll go through the out-of-town scoreboard and the standings, and we'll check in on a couple of the schedules of the relevant teams. See what the teams in the playoff hunt have coming up ahead of them. Wynn to face Buddy Meyer here to open up the top of the fifth. Curveball misses outside. That's ball 1. Fastball misses up high. 2-0. There's a shot out to left. That'll fall in front of Ramirez. It's a base hit.
Now batting, catcher, Ryan.
So leadoff single there for Lewis. That'll bring up Brian Harper. Harper is 0 for 1. Fastball misses off the plate. It's 1-0. Fastball on the inside corner. Twins manager does not agree with that. I really wish. I mean, it would take a couple of things for me to buy a new version of the show at this point, just because I'm so into this. But I would sacrifice losing a couple of years of player history and restart this if the next version of the show gave me like the ability to create managers with manager tendencies and stuff like that. I know the rebuild would be really, really difficult. But for stuff like that, I would consider doing it. Ground ball to second. This should be 2. Lajoie to Chapman on to first. It's a 4-6-3 double play. The second one hit into by the Twins today. And suddenly there are 2 men down here in the top of the fifth. Jorge Polanco steps in, the 9-hitter. He's 0 for 1. He flew out back in the second. Also want to check out, at the end of this, the status of Joe Mauer and Joe Cronin, their injury time left. I'm pretty sure Cronin's definitely out until the playoffs, but I felt like Mauer might be coming back before the end of the regular season. There's a line shot into the gap. Doby cuts it off. Strong throw to second, and Polanco is thrown out trying to stretch it. This Twins offense has struggled for the better part of 6 weeks now. Actually, probably even longer than that. You could probably say it struggled for 2 months. Polanco just trying to get something going, but a strike thrown by Larry Doby ends the fifth. Midway through here in Cleveland, Indians 4, Twins 1. Here's Manny Ramirez to lead things off. Manny 1 for 2, had the 2-run double in the 3-run first. Curveball misses down low. There's a shot to short. There is Polanco. Throws to first, and there's one away.
Now batter, number 14.
So here's Doby. Doby is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. First pitch from Kaat, grounded to second. Knobloch has it easily. Throws to first, and there's 2 away.
The catcher, number 41, Victor.
So that will bring up Victor Martinez. Martinez 1 for 2. He had an RBI single earlier on. His 65th run batted in of the season. Slider misses down low. Breaking ball there. Line the other way. That's a base hit. Heil gets in front of it. Victor Martinez, about as station to station as it gets, will hold at first with the single.
The third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
So that'll bring up the third baseman, Jose Ramirez. Ramirez is 1 for 2 in the game. Slider from Kaat misses down and in. There's the pitch. Nice curveball from Kaat in there for a strike. It evens things up at 1-1. Curveball down and away. 2-1 the count. Kaat wants a new ball. He'll rub it up. Try to get the grip that he wants. Back on the slab and ready to go back to work. 2-1 the count to Ramirez. Runner on first. There's a shot. That one is driven well to left. Going back on it is Ozuna, and that ball's out of here. Well, perhaps Kaat should have kept the old ball because the new one had some life in it. 27th home run of the year for Jose Ramirez, and the Indians have opened it up. It's now a 6-1 ball game. Ramirez turns that one around. Looked like a hanging slider. And Ramirez deposits it into the seats in left to give the Tribe a 6-1 lead. Kaat, surprisingly, is not being taken out yet. You know, he had settled in there for a bit. So perhaps they just were a little slow in getting the bullpen going. I can't imagine there's much more in the future of this game for Jim Kaat. Here's Jim Thome. Thome is 0 for 2. Slider is fouled off. (0-2) offering. Swung on. Lined weakly to second. Knobloch has it, and the side is retired. But Jose Ramirez blasts a 2-run shot. We head to the top of the 6th. Indians 6, Twins 1. So Lenny Dykstra will lead things off. Dykstra 1 for 2, single and a run scored. 5 for 9 in the series. First pitch swing, and Dykstra puts a charge into this one. Deep to right, Doby back at the wall, leaps, and it's out of here. Home run Lenny Dykstra, his 8th of the season. And the Twins try to start the slow climb back. It's now a 6-2 ball game. Dykstra jumps on the first offering. Puts it over the wall and right. Straight high fastball. Doby gives it a terrific effort at the wall, just out of his reach. So here's Knobloch. Knobloch is 1 for 2.
Second baseman, Chuck. No blip.
Slider misses away. Here comes the windup and the pitch from Early Wynn. That one's a fastball outside. It's 2-0. Knobloch is tied for 7th with 8 triples, despite missing all the time that he missed this year. Fastball there, misses down and in. 3-0 the count. Larry Heil waits in the on-deck circle. Not sure there'll be a long leash for Wynn if he starts to get into trouble. Good change up there, gets Knobloch out in front of it. It's 3-1. Here's the pitch. Shot past the diving Tomey into right field for a base hit. So Dykstra is homered. Knobloch is single to open up the top of the 6th. Here's Larry Heil. He's 0 for 1. Fastball in there for a called strike. Heil is also walked in this one. Throw over to first. Knobloch back into the bag standing. Here's the pitch from Wynn. Fastball is in there. It's 0-2. Again, Larry Heil, 5th in the American League in batting. He's had a fine campaign here in year 2 of the FSBL. Fastball misses up high. Wynn comes to the set and delivers. Gets him chasing with the curveball. Good pitch there from Wynn. That's only his 2nd strikeout. And now there's 1 out. Here's Kent Herbeck. Herbeck is 0 for 2. Pitch out. Runner not going. Again, Herbeck technically got home the first run of the game. No RBI given as he grounded into a double play with the bases loaded in the first and nobody out. Swinging at the first pitch, he rolled one to second. Herbeck, 310 against righties, 210 against lefties, about what you would be expecting from him. Here's the pitch from Wynn. Fastball misses outside. Two and one the count. That one is popped up on the infield. Tomey lets everybody know he's got it. No one goes near the burly first baseman, who puts it away for the 2nd out.
Now batting, third baseman, Buddy Lewis.
So here's the 3rd baseman, Buddy Lewis. Lewis is 0 for 2. He's flown out and lined out. 1 for 7 so far in this series. And if you are just joining us, first of all, most importantly, thank you for checking in. If you have not subscribed as of yet, kindly do so. Not just to support the channel, but you can chat with a bunch of terrific baseball and sports fans in the live chat during the game as well. But to get you updated, that pitch is in the dirt. Martinez won't have any play. Stolen base there for Knobloch, his 19th. The Twins led the AL Central by 10.5 games at the All-Star break, but injuries ravaged the Twins lineup, costing them Joe Mauer, Chuck Knobloch, and rookie Joe Cronin. As Lewis grounds out to end the inning. So Dykstra's homer gets the Twins a run, but there's still plenty more work to do for Minnesota. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Indians 6, Twins 2. But that's so that their offense went in the tank. They went a stretch, if I remember right. I'll get back to that again 1 second. Dave Goltz is going to come in relief. A September call-up. Goltz has only appeared in 3 games so far. Ray Chapman, with a pair of singles, to step in to face him. I think it was like 8 games in a row where the Twins scored 1 run or something like that, which was very emblematic of their struggles over the past 2 months. They actually had fallen out of first once the Indians caught them by as many as I believe it was 4 games. They've now gotten back to within a game. They could draw even in the division with a win here with 2 weeks left in the season. But as mentioned, they've got work to do as they trail 6-2. Chapman back through the box, ranging through everybody. Slow roller up the middle. It's a seeing eye base hit for Ray Chapman to open up the bottom of the 6th, his 3rd hit of the game. Chopped it right back up the middle. So Kaat's day is done. He allowed 6 runs over 5 innings. 3 runs in the first, then he settled in, but then he got picked apart a little bit again later. Ground ball through the hole. Runner goes, it's a hit and run, worked to perfection. Chapman's being waved all the way around, and he comes around to score. Aggressive base running by Ray Chapman on the hit from from Luke Easter. And Marcell Ozuna caught napping a bit out and left. For the Twins, Chapman never pulled up. Ray Chapman comes around. It is 7-2 Indians. That one is popped up. Polanco makes the catch for out number 1. We're going to go back to that one for a minute. As soon as the game decides I'm allowed to do so. Go to the replay vault. Indians, 6th inning. So here we go. Now Chapman has the wind-up starts. Chapman is off to the races. Polanco goes to cover. Easter does exactly what he should do, puts it right through the hole. Perfect hit and run. You're figuring this is going to be 1st and 3rd. But Ozuna, instead of charging the ball, a huge, just technical error here. Ozuna, instead of coming in on this ball, just runs perpendicular to it. Sorry for the potentially headache-inducing camera work here. Again, I got to start using this more so I can do this better. But he doesn't charge it. Then he's fairly casual with the throw. Chapman never even slows up. Look at this. Chapman is being waved around hard. He never even hesitated. And Chapman scores easily. That is great base running by Chapman and a poor job in left field by Marcell Ozuna. So here's Lajoie now. 1 out, runner on first. Lajoie is 0 for 2. Pulls this one down the 3rd. Backhanded by Lewis. Goes to 2nd for 1. On to 1st. It's a 5-4-3 double play, and that'll end the inning. But the Indians add another one to the ledger. We'll head to the top of the 7th here at Cleveland Stadium. Indians lead it 7-2. So here is Ozuna, 1 for 2, singled back in the 2nd. Early Wynn starts the 7th at only 67 pitches. He has been very solid since that laborious first inning. Only blemish the solo shot by Dykstra to lead off the 6th. Fastball here misses up high. Curveball there down in the dirt. It's 2-0. Went into the rocking windup. Misses up high, 3-0. Buddy Meyer waits on deck. Have not seen any bullpen action yet down in the Cleveland pen. Fastball there, gets a strike on the board. It's 3-1. Victor Martinez sets up inside. Wynn comes inside, but a little bit too far inside. And Ozuna draws a leadoff walk here in the top of the 7th. So here's Meyer. Meyer is 1 for 2. He's singled back in the 5th. Wynn breaks out a knuckleball that he floats in there for strike 1. We'll sprinkle that wrinkle in there occasionally. Fastball, this one's sky to right. Hit pretty well. Dolby is back. He's at the wall on the track. Puts it away for a long, loud out. So Buddy Meyer, not a power hitter by any stretch. Almost helped vault the Twins back into this one. Here's Brian Harper. Harper is 0 for 2. Wynn comes to the set and delivers. Floats another knuckleball in there. That one up the middle. Chapman, Talajue, not hit hard, but Harper doesn't run well. 6-4-3, the third double play hit into by the Twins today. And that will end the inning. 7th inning stretch time here at Cleveland Stadium. Tribe lead it 7-2. So leading off here in the bottom of the 7th, Manny Ramirez. Ramirez is 1 for 3, had a 2-run double earlier on. 6 for 11 in the series. Dave Goltz only needed 5 pitches in the 6th, so he stays on for a 2nd inning of work. Drops that one in there for strike 1. So again, after this game is over, we'll do the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll check on a couple of the series coming up for the contenders, as Doug Corbett and Rick Aguilera warm up in the Twins bullpen. See what they have ahead of them over the last 2 weeks. Then the next broadcast will be, I might do 2, we'll see, for September 24th, and that will set us up for the last week of the regular season. And then based on the races, we'll see how we play that here on the channel. And then, of course, every postseason game will be broadcast here on the Legend Sports Universe YouTube channel. 1-2 the count as Goltz works to Manny. Fly ball to center. Dykstra a couple steps to his right. He's there. Puts it away for the first out.
Now batting, number 14.
Here's Larry Doby. Doby is 0 for 3, grounded out in the 5th. That sinker misses down in it. Another sinker misses down low. Low ball there. That one slapped down to third. Lewis has it. Throws Doby out for out number 2.
The catcher, number 41, Victor.
So if you were wondering, as anybody who watches the channel knows, I always like to use the older uniforms. I don't dress anybody in their currents. But the 3 teams I had to manipulate, MLB The Show is great about giving you access to old teams' old uniforms and all that kind of stuff, which is amazing. But there were 3 teams that I had to alter to get them where I wanted them. One thing, I didn't want them to be the Guardians. I wanted them to go back to being the Cleveland Indians. And they didn't give any Indians uniforms either. So I had to create home and away uniforms for the Cleveland Indians. And when you rebrand a team like that, it doesn't give you the ability, unless I miss something along the way, to create alternate uniforms for them. So they really just have these home jerseys and the old gray away jerseys from, I guess it's like the 80s setup. And I had to do the same thing with the California Angels to rebrand them so that they weren't the, Anaheim, Los Angeles Angels of whatever county in California, somewhere near the water, etc. Name whatever they're going by now and just go back to being the California Angels. And then, of course, creating the Montreal Expos instead of having them be the Washington Nationals. So each of those three teams only have one base home and one base away jersey. Even though they were created as older models of the uniforms, they don't have the same selection that the other uniforms have. So I can't go with like 1950s Indians uniforms, etc. So anyway, we go to the top of the 8th here. Jorge Polanco, scheduled to lead things off. Am I gonna have to let it throw the first pitch? It's so weird how it does that because if it started the animation already. Well, Smalley isn't hitting well either. So we'll let Polanco hit, and sure enough, Polanco serves a single in the center. So Polanco, because I was going to consider pinch hitting for Polanco there, but Polanco bats for himself and has a leadoff single here in the top of the 8th. Lofton cuts it off. Order turns over. Here's Lenny Dykstra. Dykstra 2 for 3, hit a solo homer his last time up in the 6th. First pitch swinging here. Goes for a high fastball and fouls it off. Wynn comes to the set. Fastball up and in. Lloyd Brown and Stan Williams throwing in the Indians' bullpen. Here's the pitch. Knuckleball floated in, and Dykstra serves this one out in the left center. That's going to be a base hit. He's going to try to go for second. The runner will go to third. And the Twins have 2 runners in scoring position to open up the 8th. And if they're going to make a move here, they have to get something done now. But they'll be doing it against another pitcher. Early Wynn's day is done. Goes 7+, 2 runs as of this point. Both runners on now, of course, would be on his ledger. But particularly after the rough first, certainly a solid performance from Early Wynn. Here's Stan Williams. Williams is 7-3, a 5.88 earned run average on the season in 69 appearances. This Indians bullpen has a lot of holes. Here's Chuck Knobloch. Knobloch is 2 for 3. Curveball swung on and missed for strike 1. Pair of singles. Knobloch 4 for 12 in the series. Fastball misses down low. Out of town, Tigers lead the Orioles in Baltimore 5-1, and again, it's not showing me a detail about that game. Sorry about that. Yankees lead the Mariners 4-2 in the 8th in the Bronx. Roger Maris has hit his 24th home run of the game. In that one for the Yankees, a 3-run shot. Rays lead the Blue Jays in Tampa 2-0 in the 8th. Fred McGriff has driven in a pair for the Rays. Astros over the A's 4-1 in the 5th. Weak grounder to short here. Chapman gets Knobloch. A run will come home. It's an RBI ground out, and the deficit is cut to 7-3. The surging White Sox up 4-1 on the Royals in the 5th, looking for their 8th straight win. Happy Phelps has hit his 29th homer of the year there. Angels and Rangers scoreless in the 2nd out in Texas. Andy Messersmith and Mike Minor, the pitching matchup in that one. The Brewers and the Marlins, 2 teams trying to keep themselves in the thick of things in the NL wildcard race. Brewers up 4-2 in that one. Jeff Jenkins is homered for them. This is deep down the left field line. It's a one-hopper off the wall. RBI double. Dykstra comes around to score, and this is now a 7-4 ball game. So we're going to take our attention away from that out-of-town scoreboard for a bit. We'll go through all the scores after the game. But we've got a game here now. We're going to focus to the live action at hand. Here's Kent Herbeck. So Stan Williams throwing some kerosene on the fire since coming in. Herbeck is 0 for 3. Slider misses inside. It's 1-0. Three-batter minimum. Not sure Williams is going to get much more than that. Herbeck, high fly ball to center. Got under it just a bit. Slams the bat down in frustration. Lofton makes the grab, gets the throw in, but nobody's trying to go anywhere, and that's the second out of the inning. So a much-needed out for Stan Williams. Here's Buddy Lewis. Lewis is 0 for 3. He grounded out in the 6th. Twins not much on their bench, quite frankly. Fastball in there for a called strike. Max Kepler, Patsy Garrity. Do have Roy Smalley, but Smalley has had a terrible season. You might see Smalley pinch hit for Polanco in the 9th. Shot there through the right side. Lajoie ranges to his left, whirls and fires. Nice play by Napoleon Lajoie to get the final out of the inning and save a run. But the Twins draw closer. They get a pair. We head to the bottom of the 8th. It's 7-4 Cleveland. Here's Jim Thome. Thome is 0 for 3. He lined out in the 5th.
The first baseman, number 25.
Thome, after a great season last year, has been solid this year, not up to the same level. Goltz is going to stay in for a 3rd inning of work, at least a start. Sinker there, misses off the inside corner. Here's the pitch. Misses down low. It's 2-0. There's a shot by Thome. That's a base hit in the center. So Thome leads things off with a single in the bottom of the 8th. Cleveland has been able to answer anytime Minnesota's done anything. I want to go and check things here for a minute, though. Oh, did he start that animation already? He did. All right. That's all right. This one can wait, because I wasn't going to pinch hit for Ray Chapman. That breaking ball is in there for strike 1. I do, however, want to go and check who the Twins have. Oh, they've already got Corbett and Aguilera in the bullpen. So they've got 2 guys ready. All right. Well, Goltz has already started this at bat. Feels like Tom Hall should probably get up at some point, though. Let me see. We'll probably switch, though, to either Corbett or Aguilera after this, as they've both been better. They've both been pretty much the same against lefties, too. So I think Chapman is going to be Goltz's last guy. And then we'll probably go to Corbett to face Easter and Lofton, because there's no way that it'll let me warm Tom Hall up enough. Really, Hall should be... All right, you know what? We're going to sit... Here's what we're going to do. We're going to sit Aguilera down. We're going to warm up Tom Hall. And we'll see how fast it'll let Hall warm up. If it'll tell me that Hall is warmed up by the time it gets to Easter, then Hall will face either Easter or Lofton. Is how we'll play this. Again, I haven't traditionally done this, but I am starting to get a little more involved in managing late in games for both of the teams. And yeah, the AI isn't terrible, but it also could be better. So I just want to kind of start to intervene minimally as far as relief stuff and pinch hitting stuff in particular. Sinker there, misses down low. It's 2-1. Chapman pulls this one foul. 2-2 the count as Goltz works to Chapman, who has 3 hits on the day. He pops this one up, out in the shallow right. Knobloch's underneath it, puts it away for the first out. Knobloch with the shades down. So 1 down, man on first. Here's Luke Easter. So now we'll go back in. We'll try again. Try to do this a little quicker this time. I apologize. Let's check out. Well, let's see. Can we do a mound visit? Let's check out the bullpen. All right, Hall's throwing near the mound now. So we're going to go to a mound visit. Try to buy a little time. And now we'll check the bullpen. Hall isn't really warmed up as of yet. So we're going to let Goltz, because I don't want to. Well, then you've got after Lofton, then you've got Lajoie, and then you've got Manny. If Hall was ready for Easter, I'd let Hall go there. But to then just bring in Hall to face Lofton and then have to face Lajoie and Manny, I'm not sure that's the way we want to go with this. So let's see. Corbett. Although Hall's been all right against righties, too. All right. So I think the way we're going to take our chances here, actually. I think the Twins will take their chances. Hope that Hall is warmed up enough. He won't be perfectly warm, but I think Hall comes in here. Face the 2 lefties, deal with Lajoie if you have to, and then you still have Corbett ready to bring in for Manny if the situation calls for it. So we're going to bring Tom Hall into this game. Hall on the year, 1-2 with 3.41 earned run average. Lefties batting 153 against him. I'm not really sure how he's been victimized because 3.41, but he's held both sides relatively hitless. All right, so that's what we want. We want to end the warm-up. Now we'll go to the team select, move it back. So Hall comes in to face Easter, 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Curveball misses inside, it's 1-0. Misses inside with the slider, it's 2-0. Not sure if Hall's maybe been susceptible to the long ball or what. His batting average against is impressive. Easter chases one out of the zone there. I'll let it go now, but I really, in retrospect, should have probably gone to a pinch hitter here for Easter. Because if Hall was going to come in, they probably would have pinch hit for Easter because Easter's struggling. So that's a mistake on my part, but such is life. 2-2 the count. Hall misses down low. It's 3-2. Kenny Lofton waits on deck. Here's the delivery. Easter fouls it back. Things a little bit tense now here in Cleveland. Pitch from Hall. Misses down low. Easter draws the walk. That's ball 4. So now, here's Kenny Lofton. Obviously not going to pinch hit for Lofton, but I'm wondering, do you get a runner in for Easter at this point if you're Cleveland? So on the bench, we've got Easter's on first. Easter's a 37 speed, so he's slow. You've got Andres Jimenez out there to run. You've got Tomey on second. Tomey's run doesn't mean as much, and you don't want to get Tomey out of this game. But Easter speed, 45, 61, 86. You've got the speedy Harry Bay. But you might want to save Bay to hit. Jimenez hasn't hit great this year. So we're going to let Jimenez run for Easter here, because you've still got a couple of lefty bats on the bench, and you've still got base speed on the bench also. So Jimenez will come in to run for Luke Easter. as the pinch runner. So Hall works to Lofton. Fastball misses outside. Curveball. On the outside corner, it's 1-1. Down the left field line, just foul out of play. Count goes to 1-2. That one popped foul. Lands in foul ground. Stays at 1-2. One down, first and second. Lofton's the tying run at the plate. That one skied to center, right at Dykstra though. Puts it away, nobody's tagging. And there's 2 down.
The batter, number 0.
So now, Hall still has to face the third man. He'll face Lajoie. Expect to see Doug Corbett if we get to Manny Ramirez. Grounder to second. Knobloch charges. Throw to first, and he gets him, and the side is retired. So the Twins get out of it. Hall gets the job done. It hung me up on this yesterday with a manager thing. So I want to make sure that I can make the defensive sub. It was kind of a glitchy thing. All right, so let's see. Manager substitution. So now you've got... Oh, that's right. Easter was the designated hitter, so Jimenez just replaces him at DH. Never mind. All right, so we've got Clase and Judy Gans warming up for Cleveland.
Leading off for Minnesota, the lefty,
Corbett and Aguilera
number
still
48.
warming out there for Minnesota. So, all right, so let's see here. So, Williams is in the game now. He could come out. Clase is up and throwing top of the ninth. I think you got to go to your closer here. I don't think if you're the Indians, you cannot mess around with this situation.
Your attention, please.
So Clase will come in. I'm actually a little bit surprised they weren't going to bring him in. Clase 0-3, 37 saves and 42 opportunities, a 2.43 earned run average. And his warm-up. Get the team select back in place. And here we go with the top of the ninth. Marcell Ozuna to lead things off. Takes a slider in there for strike one. Judy Gans, the lefty, still throwing out in the bullpen. I do not anticipate that you will see anybody other than Clase. If you are the Indians and you see somebody other than Clase, it means something has gone terribly wrong. Slider misses away. I'm sure what it would have done is it would have let Williams start the inning, and then after a first hit or a base runner or something like that, Clase would have come in. But I don't think you mess with it. I just think you've got your closer. You're trying to protect the division lead by a game. your closer should be in that game right at the start. So Ozuna flies out. There's one away. Twins 2 outs remaining. Here's Buddy Meyer. Meyer is 1 for 3. And I don't think Max Kepler is somebody you're pinch hitting with, and I think you're saving Smalley for the little bit of extra pop that he has if you have somebody on base. Meyer certainly not a bad hitter by any stretch. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Cutter misses away. It's 1-0. Cutter there. In for a strike. It's 1-1. Wind-up and delivery misses inside. 2-1 the count to Meyer. Slider misses away. It's 3-1. Brian Harper waits on deck. There's a shot. Meyer into the gap. That's going to be extra bases. That's off. Or to the wall, I should say. Meyer will pull in at second. He is rounding third. The cutoff man is overthrown, and Meyer will pull in safely with a 1-out triple here in the top of the ninth. First triple of the season for Meyer. Puts a charge into that one to the wall. So now, here comes Brian Harper. Again, Harper hitting 300. Makes contact, doesn't strike out much. So Harper's going to stay into this game, and I would imagine Roy Smalley will bat next after Harper. Harper is 0 for 3, grounded out in the 7th. Slider there, misses. It's 1-1. Harper, 360 with runners in scoring position. Limited number of at-bats, of course. He's only in there after the Mauer injury. Slider misses. It's 2-1. Pitch, fastball in there for a called strike. It's 2-2. Ase stretches out the arms, tries to stay loose. Looks in to face Harper. Meyer on third, 7-4 Cleveland, 1 out here in the top of the ninth. Ground ball in the hole. Backhand play by Chapman. Long throw from Chapman, but he gets Harper, and there's 2 away. The run does come in. It's now 7-5, but the Twins are down to their final out. Nice backhand play here from Ray Chapman. Oh, man. Already started that so late. I hate when it does that. All right, so we're going to let the first pitch go. Polanco does have 2 hits on the day. I'm actually going to let him hit just because Smalley hasn't done anything this year anyway. And Polanco's not performed well, but it's also a small sample size. But 2 hits on the day, we're going to let Polanco hit, especially as a lefty. There's a shot. One hopper to Lajoie, has it, throws to first, and the ball game is over. And the Cleveland Indians hold off the Twins for a 7-5 victory. They get their lead in the AL Central back up to 2 games. Bit of a nail-biter late. Clase picks up his 38th save. Early Wynn improves to 6-5. Jim Kaat falls to 12-10. 7 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Indians. 5 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Twins. I'm sorry, no errors for the Twins. I thought the Twins had an error. Player of the game, Jose Ramirez, 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs. There you see Wynn, 7 innings, 9 hits, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, 4 runs allowed. Jim Kaat, 5 innings, 8 hits, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks, 6 runs allowed. Not the best day at the office for him. So we will wrap this up and we will get to the out of town scoreboard. Sorry, I had a little break there that I had to take, but we'll get back to the scoreboard here. So we'll check the out of town scoreboard and then we'll go through the standings with now 2 weeks left in the season. The Tigers stay in the wild card hunt, though on the very fringes of it, with a 6-1 victory over the Orioles in Baltimore. Mark Fidrich with the win. Milt Pappas takes the loss there. In New York, in the Bronx, the Yankees continue to hold on to their status as the leader in the AL East with a 4-2 win over the Mariners. Mike Stanton gets the win. Arthur Rhodes takes the loss. In relief, Chad Green gets his 42nd save. In Tampa, the Rays defeat the Blue Jays, pair of teams with nothing to play for at this point. Good matchup there, though. Chris Archer wins his 8th. Doyle Alexander loses his 17th on the season. Jack Balchin, acquired in a trade from the Phillies, picks up save number 19. The surging White Sox win their 8th in a row with a 4-3 win over the Royals. Jose Quintana gets a win. He improves to 9-8. Paul Bird falls to 4-14. Bobby Jenks notches his 40th save. In Houston, the A's defeat the Astros. They trailed 5-0 in that game. The A's rallied back despite a pair of errors to win at 8-5. Catfish Hunter improves to 16-8 despite the rough start. Danny Darwin takes the loss. Raleigh Fingers saves his 42nd. In Texas, the Rangers defeat the Angels 8-7. Dick Bosman with the win, Brendan Donnelly with the loss. Joaquin Benoit saves his 35th. The Brewers and the Marlins both again on the fringe of the wild card hunt in the National League. Brewers get the win there 5-4 in Miami. Corbin Burns with the win. Jose Fernandez takes the loss. Brent Suter gets his 36th save. In Montreal, the Expos, trying to track down the Mets for the NL East Division title, get the win there 3-2. Jordan Zimmerman wins his 4th. George Mogridge takes the loss. Mogridge acquired from the Twins, who we just saw here on the Game of the Week. In Cincinnati, the Reds get a terrific performance from Bob Ewing. They blank the Red Sox 3-0. Bill Montequette takes the loss there for Boston, who mustered only 6 hits. In Pittsburgh, the Pirates, desperately trying to secure that second wild card spot, defeat the Cubbies 4-3. Ray Kremer with the win. Orville Overall takes the loss for Chicago. In St. Louis, the Diamondbacks with a 3-2 victory over the Cardinals. Miguel Batista with the win. Trevor Rosenthal takes the loss. Byung-Hyun Kim gets save number 28. The Padres and Rockies, a matchup of, well, not very good teams. The Padres with the 10-1 win. Rockies muster only 5 hits there. Dave Roberts gets above 500 to 13-12. John Thompson falls to 500 at 10-10. And in San Francisco, the Giants defeat the Dodgers 3-2. Giants well secured and lead in that division. Dodgers trying to track down the Pirates for the wild card. Carl Hubbell wins his 14th. Rookie Preacher Rowe falls to 15-10. Al Holland gets save number 39. Quick look through the standings as they stand right now. Start off in the American League East, the Yankees with a 4.5 game lead on the Red Sox. Elimination number is 9 for the Yankees to clinch the division. Indians now have a 2-game lead over the Twins. The win today stopping the Twins from being able to catch them for the division lead. And the surging White Sox, winners of 8 in a row, have now closed the margin to 4 games. Oakland has run away with the American League West, 30.5 games up, 102 wins already on the season. They'll have to turn it on to go and get their 111 wins from last year, but still, obviously, powerhouse season from the A's. Red Sox and Twins sit in the wild card spots. The White Sox are 2 back. That's pretty much the end of it there. Again, Tigers are on the fringe, but an awful lot would have to go the Tigers' way. Tigers would just like to get back to 500 after last year's abysmal season, but really this is now between the Red Sox, Twins, and White Sox battling for the final 2 spots. In the National League, the Expos win gets them within 2.5 of the Mets in the AL East lead. Cardinals hold a 7-game lead on the Pirates at this point, so the Cardinals are in pretty good shape to secure their 2nd straight Central Division title. Giants have locked up the NL West 14.5 ahead of the Dodgers. The real discussion here is the NL wild card. Expos are pretty clear of the Pirates. They're up 7 games on them. gap between the first wild card and second wild card. Your fight here is the Pirates and the Dodgers. Pirates lead by a half a game as they get back in front of the Dodgers with today's results. The Brewers 3.5 back, the Reds 4, the Phillies 4.5. We'll even keep the Braves and Marlins mentioned at 5.5 and 6. And the Cubbies still somehow only 7.5 back, but their elimination number getting closer and closer as the season rolls on. I have to get ready for work, so we're going to probably do a very short late night broadcast where we'll go through the schedules of some of these teams over these final 2 weeks, set up possible game of the week and extra broadcasts and stuff like that. So I will sign off for now. I greatly appreciate you checking in as always. Be good to each other, fellas, and we'll talk soon. The Franchise Stars Baseball League pennant race is on.